So you've been starting your self-development journey. It's been 6 months in, and you're already questioning yourself if you're doing the right thing. Self-doubt comes in. Is it really worth it? Am I going to be successful? Am I going to get my great desires? But you've already taken a huge, big step, which most people don't take. So you're already ahead of the curve. And it's about as you start coming to, which are only very small. They may seem big, but they're very small at the beginning. And it's normally that you don't know if it's working, you don't know if what you're doing is right. Same as when you go to the gym. Most people go to the gym for 2 to 3 weeks, a month, 2 months, maybe, if they're lucky, and they quit. And it's normally down to two things: they quit because they don't see any progress, they don't know if it's working, if they're doing it correctly, and it's normally confidence. When you're in there, you think everybody's looking at you, you think, what happens if I'm doing it wrong? All this fucking bullshit, which is all that bullshit is what you're making up. Because everybody, even when you start the gym, everybody starts the gym not knowing what they're doing. And everybody starts a gym worrying about what other people think. Everybody starts a gym scared to even walk into the gym. But everybody's started from the bottom. And the same as with your self-development journey. The problem you're most probably having, which I see very, 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 very fucking often, is you spend so much time watching YouTube videos, watching so many people living the high life. You want it straight away, which doesn't come straight away. If anything, the best way it can go is you have a load of fucking mistakes and then you find success. The problem you have when you get lucky is when you could be going on a real high and then it starts breaking down and you don't know what to do because you've got lucky. You've not really had any problems, any kind of consequences to the actions you've taken. So playing the long game is far better and for yourself. Oh yeah, it takes fucking ages to get to where you need to be, but you learn on the way of the feelings. You understand yourself. You become abundant to your own feelings as such. Like as many times when I started, I don't know if it was working. I spent, you all spend, same as I did, spend many hours trying one thing, maybe it works out, another 20 hours creating some kind of worksheet, which most people created fucking many times because it's fun creating it, but it doesn't beat the problem of when things get tough and you're like, I need a break, can't do this. You go and do something easy, which is good, but you're running away from that situation. Like people talk about how to make money, how to success, how to do self-development, but no one tells you like how it feels in the process. What should you be experiencing? Your thoughts you're currently having, are they right? Are they the thoughts everybody else has? Is it the right thoughts you're having? Is it right to feel the way I'm feeling? And the answer is yes. The answer is always going to be fucking yes, because as long as you're making that 1% every day, that's what matters. Same as I got pretty lean before I moved to Thailand, and then a month before, spent some time with family. I enjoyed the time, ate some food, and kind of, in theory, took a step backwards because I put some more weight on. Now I've got to cut and work harder. But the most important thing is getting back on track is number one point. Two is I get to see what I got to eat to how much fat I put back on. So when I move forward again, even though it's one or two steps back, or even when it comes to fitness, you can eat. It takes you ages to lose weight, but it's very, very fucking quick to put it back on. But you get to see that. That process is what grows you. That process gives you more understanding, and that process is what you can learn how push that positivity, that know-how, that experience to other people to make the world a better fucking place on its own. So if you're already on your self-development journey, you're already doing the right thing. Yeah, it can be slow, man. You start to enjoy the grind. Like that is the best part, because like you see, like with people who win championships in all kinds of sports, they win the championship, a heavyweight title, and then they win it, and they're like, what am I meant to do now? I've completed the biggest task I've kind of set myself. My whole life has took me to where I am today. I've now accomplished my kind of biggest desire. And then they come flat, they get depressed, they get sad, they don't have nothing else to kind of work towards. So this process of grinding and putting so many fucking hours of blood, sweat, and if you're having some beers on the fucking way, then that's fine. But when the day comes and you do get to what you want to get to, same as when you get your little win or you get a big win, it lasts for minutes and lasts for hours, may last for a day or two, and then it's forgot about, and the grind carries on. And that's the bit you start to realise that, wow, I know what I'm doing is right, and I'm going to carry on, and as long as you follow the process, it shall work out. Same as when every time the bloody mirror's right next to the sink, and every time I go to the sink or come out the toilet, I have a shower, I look in the mirror, see if I'm looking right, if I'm losing weight. But more times you look in the mirror, the slower the process feels, because you're constantly seeing stuff. So if I could block my mirror out and not look at a mirror and go to a gym for 2-3 weeks and then look in the mirror, you're like, wow, that's huge improvement, huge change. But because I'm looking at it every day, the change still feels slower. But the fact is, the change is slowly increasing, which is you're slowly changing, you're slowly progressing, you're slowly achieving, and that's where the grounded is. Like that's when you maybe 6 months, 12 months, it don't really matter how long time down the road. The sooner you realise it, the better, the easier it is, because it's less draining, it's less kind of energy used for the self-doubt. Self-doubt will always be there. Like every time you set a new task, every time you decide to push yourself out, will always be self-doubt. But it's not trying to fight with self-doubt, not trying to block it out, it's accepting it. But more you achieve, more tasks you set yourself, more tasks you complete, you have more control on that self-doubt. It's like the inner critic. The inner critic brings self-doubt and hesitation. But more you get down the line, more you follow the process, you realise, when I now feel it, I now understand it, I know now that everything I'm doing is right, everything I'm doing is achieving well. The person I used to be, I'm nowhere near that person. I've changed fucking 100x from that situation, from the person I was, for the life I was living. The unhappiness, which I fucking hated. The unhappiness, which pretty much got me to want to end my life twice. But now once that inner critic shows itself, I'm like, yes, it's on my shoulder, he's telling me, yeah, you're not good enough, or what you're doing isn't going to work, or what happens if it doesn't work. I now, okay, that's fine. I now accept you. I allow your hesitation, your feelings towards my mind, but I'm now going to stroke you on the head, tap you on the head, and tell you to get back into your little box, because I know that everything I've set myself so far, I've done. I know that my tasks I need to do, I complete. So if I've been previously doing that and I've been seeing results, then all I got to do, all you got to do, is keep going, because you know it's working. So when the inner critic comes, acknowledge him and put him back in his box, because he's wrong and you're fucking right. So keep that in mind. So if you're on your journey, if you only just started, yeah, it's a fucking hell of a journey, and it'll grow you so fucking much, so much. And obviously the beginning steps, the first steps are the biggest jumps, because they're the biggest things which increase. And when you start going up huge leaps, and then you start plateauing, and that's where self-doubt comes from, until you have another big spike. But acknowledge where you was and where you are now. So when the inner critic comes, we're like, well, I was here, now I'm here. So just continue the fucking process. You're doing well, you're already ahead of the curve. Like, if you're younger than me, you're laughing. If you're older than me, then you got a lot of work to fucking do. But as long as you're doing the work, it'll work out.